So what we have here is a diagram that has point P, which is minus 5 and 12, and T lies on the x-axis. Then we have an angle of POT, which is equals to theta. So we are asked to answer the following questions without the use of a calculator. So 6.1.1, we are asked to find the value of tan theta. But before we find these values here, we need to establish a triangle using this diagram here. So this is the theta, which is from this point here all the way up to this point. Now, what is this angle here? So this angle, so we know very well that this is a straight line, right? The x-axis is a straight line all the way this point. From this point, that's 180 degrees. So if from here all the way up to here is 180 degrees, then we have to subtract the theta to get this angle here, right? So meaning if we say 180 degrees minus theta, that is the angle that exists here, right? So that is the angle that we're going to write. So we're just gonna simply say an angle that exists here is 180 degrees minus theta. Then we can draw our triangle. So we're just gonna simply do this. So this is 90 degrees and all the way to the origin. So this is our triangle, and the P, this is the x value, this is the y value. So meaning that here it's minus 5 and here it's 12. So if you do your Pythagoras theorem, r squared is equal to x squared plus y squared, we want to find this r here. So it's going to be our x, which is minus 5 all squared, plus our y, which is 12, and answer for that is 13. If you punch your calculator, so which means our r is 13 here. So now we have our triangle which has all the values on it. Now I want to identify tan of theta, because this is tan of 180 degrees minus theta. So this is how you're going to do it. So 6.1.1, so you have tan of 180 degrees minus theta, not tan of theta. You don't have tan of theta. So what you're going to do is you're going to reduce this using a reduction formula. So we know very well that this, if this is a cast diagram or a cast diagram, so this is cast, we know very well that here it's going to be 90 degrees plus theta, and here it's going to be, oh sorry, we know very well that here it's going to be 90 degrees minus theta and 360 degrees plus theta. Then here it's going to be 180 degrees minus theta, 90 degrees plus theta. Then here it's going to be 180 degrees plus theta, 270 degrees minus theta. Then in the fourth quadrant it's going to be 360 degrees minus theta, 270 degrees plus theta. So we're having 180 degrees minus theta here, so which means this is in the second quadrant, and in the second quadrant only sign is positive, so meaning we're going to have a minus 10 of theta. So this is our solution, which we are only asked to find 10 of theta here. So meaning that our answer is going to be negative in this case. So whatever answer we're going to get must be negative. So looking at our diagram of 10 of theta, of 10 of 180 degrees minus theta, looking at this diagram, so we're going to say opposite. So the opposite of this angle here, it's 12. So you're going to write 12 divided by the adjacent side, which is this one here, which is minus 5, right? So you're just going to write your minus 5. So this is going to be your answer. So this is just, as you can see, it's 10 of 180 degrees minus theta. It's equals to minus 10 of theta. So which means that this portion here, it's actually equals to the theta that is required. It's just that your solution will be negative in this case, but they're equal. Hence we wrote this answer here. So your answer is going to be minus 12 over 5, or 12 over minus 5. That is your answer. So going to 6.1.2, we want to identify cos of theta. So you go back to our triangle. What is the adjacent side of this angle of 180 degrees minus theta? It is actually minus 5. Minus 5 is our adjacent side, and our hypotenuse is 13. So you're just going to write that cos of 180 degrees minus theta. We know very well that if you reduce this, it's going to be negative cos of theta. Then you go back to your triangle. What is that cos of 180 minus theta? I said the adjacent side is going to be minus 5, and the hypotenuse side is going to be 13. So this is going to be your answer for 6.1.2. Now we're going to go to 6.1.3. So in 6.1.3, we are told that we have a point of S that has coordinates of A and B on the third quadrant, such that the angle it creates is theta plus 90 degrees, and it has OS of 6.5 units. So we need to calculate the value of B. So the first thing you're going to do here, so it's 6.1.3, you have to write the diagram, or you have to draw the diagram rather. So you draw the diagram that they're talking about to give yourself a picture. So this is your y-axis, is the x-axis. We are told that this point lies in the third quadrant. So if you draw it, it's going to be this one here, which is point S that has A and B. So our B is actually our y value, which is required, right? And we are told that it creates an angle of theta plus 90 degrees. Remembering that your T is actually here, your T, and then here it's your O, and then this is your S. So the angle will be something like this. So it's just gonna create an angle all the way up until here. So this angle here that it creates is 90 degrees plus theta, or theta plus 90 degrees. So you need to find this angle here. How you can find that angle? You're gonna say the total all the way up from this point up until that point here in your third quadrant, it's actually 270 degrees minus the 90 degrees plus theta. You're gonna get 180 degrees minus theta, so which means the angle that exists here, it's 180 degrees minus theta, right? So if you draw your triangle nicely, it's just going to combine like that, and then here it's going to be your 90 degrees, and you have your angle here of 180 degrees minus theta. And we are told that, so this, if this is O and this is S, we are told that the hypotenuse side, it's actually 6.5 units, and we're required to find the y value which exists here. It exists here. So this is the y value, or B rather. So you need to find that B. So B, according to the angle of 180 degrees minus theta, it's the adjacent side. So you're simply going to say your cos of 180, so let me write it nicely. So your cos of 180 degrees minus theta, it's actually equals to your adjacent side, which is your B, divided by your hypotenuse side, which is your 6.5. Because we want to find B, you're going to cross multiply. You will have B is equals to 6.5 cos of 180 degrees minus theta, right? So what you're going to do is you'll write your 6.5, but what is cos of 180 degrees minus theta? We did calculate it here previously, and we got minus 5 over 13. So you're just going to substitute that minus 5 over 13, right? Then you're going to punch your calculator, and the answer that you're going to get is minus 5 over 2. So this is the solution for the B value, which is in the y-axis. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, please write them in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos.